Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, today we're doing things a little bit differently. I am going to be showing you how I created my digital planner using Picmonkey, GoodNotes, Keynote, and Procreate. For those of you who are new here, hi, my name is Imana, and we are going to be making our digital planner today. So what I'm going to be showing you today is how to make the binder rings, how to add links to your planner, how to make the inserts, and everything else. So without further ado, who's ready to make a planner? So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go into Keynote and we are going to click on My Presentation. You're going to go ahead and delete those boxes right there. And then after that, you're going to go up to the top and you're going to select background. You can add your own image. So I'm adding mine from my camera roll. It's just going to be a marble background that I grabbed from Pinterest. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and grab this little square. We're going to turn it into a huge rectangle, and this is going to be the cover of our planner. Again, with this, you can add your own background. I made mine in Picmonkey, and then you can just add it right on top of that. And so now we are in the app called Procreate, and we're going to go ahead and make our binder ring. So as you can see, I'm making this C shape, and then I can go ahead and manipulate the shape at the top where it says edit shape. I can do that if I need to. So after you make your first ring, you're going to go ahead and make your second one. You can make this as thin or as thick as you'd like. I like mine to be a little bit on the thick side, so I'm just taking my Apple pencil and moving it outward. We're then going to create this little nub right here, and this is going to make the illusion that our binder ring is in a hole. And then as you can see, I went on ahead and colored it. I would highly suggest that before you make your binder rings, you kind of determine what your color scheme of your planner or your notebook is going to be, so that you can make that same color within your binder rings. After your binder ring is created, you're going to go ahead and export that to your images. Once you export it to your images, we're going to go into this app that's called the Magic Eraser, and we're going to get rid of this white space in the background so that when you do put it into Keynote, you don't have any other colors other than your binder ring. And so now here we are back in Keynote, and we are adding our binder ring to our planner. We're just going to kind of measure it up, try to make sure that it looks as seamless as possible. This can be a little tricky if you're just using an iPad. I would say that if you have a MacBook, then I would suggest lining your rings up in that, just because you have a little bit more control. When you're doing everything with your fingers, sometimes you can select the background or you can select something else that you don't want to select, and it can just become a little bit tedious. But right here, I did end up using my iPad for this, but I have used my MacBook, and I will tell you it's a lot easier on the MacBook versus my iPad. So now for the fun part, we are in Picmonkey, and right here all I'm doing is creating my insert. So I'm creating a blank page, just trying to get the color just right, and then I'm going to go ahead and save this as my blank page so that I can add that into my journal. By the way, as you can see, one of my little thumbnails right there. If you are enjoying this video, I'd really appreciate it if you would give it a thumbs up. And if you have not already, go on ahead and hit that subscribe button. And then right here, what I'm going to do is I am about to create some line paper or a notebook paper. This can be done in either Picmonkey or in Procreate, whichever app that you have. And as you can see, I'm really just dragging the lines over, copying and pasting that down the page until I get as many lines as I want. And now for the last insert. This is probably one of my favorites. We're going to go ahead and create our dot grid paper. So right here, I'm just making sure that the color is right, inserting that. You're going to add a new layer. This brush that I'm using will be linked in the description box down below. It is a brush that was created by K Digital Studios. I'll also have her YouTube channel in the description box down below for you to reference that. And then we're just exporting this into our photo album so that then we can come back into Keynote and add our inserts in. So as you can see right here, all I've done is I've copied and pasted the slide that we have, and then I'm making sure that I am selecting the rectangle that we had created, and I'm going in and I am adding our inserts from my photo album, and then it goes right in perfectly. You don't have to resize it or anything. So now that we have gone on ahead and we've created our inserts, we're going to go on ahead and create our tabs. These will help you when you are actually in GoodNotes and you just want to hit on your tab to go to a specific page. So as you can see, I'm just making mine into a little bit of a rectangle right here, changing the colors up a little bit more so that it can actually match my planner. And then I'll show you how to bring these to the back so that it doesn't look like this once you're in GoodNotes. Great, so now that we have all of our tabs, we're going to go on ahead and select them all, and then we're going to go to the paintbrush at the top, go to arrange, and we're going to move these to the back so that they actually look like tabs in your planner. So now that we have our tabs where we want them, I am now going on ahead to add the text. So right here, all I'm doing is adding the type of paper that I'm using. So I have blank paper, I have our dot grid paper, and I have our lined paper. So I'm just adding the text to the tops and to the sides of the planner. So now we are adding our text vertically on the side, and this can be a little bit challenging. So if you are using an iPad, I have found that as long as you pinch the actual text and turn it with your fingers, it will turn. But again, this is another step that's super easy to do if you actually have a laptop. So now onto linking the pages. As you can see, I'm just selecting the rectangle and then I hit the link button. When I hit the link button, it then takes me to say link to what slide, and then I select what slide I want to link it to. Linking pages can be really easy or it can be really tedious. It all depends on how many pages you have in your planner. So this is not going to look that hard because we only have about 3 pages that we're actually linking, but the more pages you have, the more tedious it is. And so now what I'm doing is I am copying and pasting all of these over to the next slide. I kind of did this a little bit different on each slide just because I was learning, but as we're bringing all of our rectangles over, we're going to go ahead and move them to the back, and then we're going back to the front page. And right here, I went on ahead and selected all of the text so that I can copy and paste it. And then on this slide, I went on ahead and I grouped everything together, and that made it so much easier. So if you group the actual shape and the text together, once you are copying and pasting that onto the next slide, all you'll have to do is just move the rectangle or square or your tabs in general back, and you'll see how I do that on, I believe it's the last slide. So now that we've linked all of our pages, we are just about done. You're going to go on ahead and export your planner into GoodNotes. Once you export in the GoodNotes, this is pretty much what it looks like. And as you can see, I am just pressing on the tabs at the top and it's taking me directly to the page. So it really does feel like I'm using an actual planner. Well, that just about wraps it up for this video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, go on ahead and click that subscribe button. If you would like to see how I make my stickers to go into my digital planner, then please comment that in the comment section down below. And I will see you guys in my next video. Happy planning!